Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kim Ray, and you're watching Kim Ray Music TV, and I'm back with another video. This is the BET Awards 2025 review. So if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe down below to my channel and like this video and comment your thoughts as we go through all the things on the night. Okay, first we want to do a sound check and make sure I'm heard. Okay, period. The show was a good time. The show was a good time. It was long. It was a very long show. And we're gonna get into my thoughts on it because I don't feel like it had to be that long. Okay, so grab you something to drink. Go on, have a seat. I don't know if y'all can hear this fan, but I don't have my mic hooked up. The headphones hooked up. None of that. We just gonna get right into it. Okay. So Kevin Hart was our host. You know that Kevin Hart, he's a safe choice. He's funny. He's very successful. He's doing all the things. So Kevin Hart was the host. Okay. They did this pre-show, like they always do the pre-show first outside. It's a part of the BET experience. But first, my first gripe or something that I was like inquisitive about was why was the BET Awards June 9th on a Monday night? For years, it has been the last kind of weekend of June, like the 24th, 5th, or 26th, around there. And it's, been the BET experience in LA with the celebrity game and all the things on that weekend. I don't know what made them put it on Monday. I don't know what's happening there. Because I'm thinking if you're going to put it on Monday, is the show going to be shorter? Is the show going to have a lot of different changes for us to see? No. So I didn't understand that choice. The next thing is it was at the Peacock Center. So I don't know if I think that's different from the Staples Center, which is a crypto. So, it's in a different place. Okay, whatever. So I didn't see a lot of the pre-show, but I saw enough performances to get I was like, okay, why is Lil' Kim at the red carpet show? Why is the Ying Yang Twins at the red carpet show? Like, these are people that are kind of legends in Black music. I mean, the Ying Yang Twins, respectively, they're legends within their lane. Why are they on the red carpet? Mario. I'm like, okay, I guess he got a new song coming out. And then, the people be looking crazy. The pre-show is always a mess because it's live. They're passing it over to each other. They can't hear each other. They keep the camera on that interviewer a little bit too long. They're like, oh, we switching back. Pretty V look good. Certain people look good. They were doing their thing, but you see that they're still kind of using the same people. And so this kind of leads into my conversation with the BET Awards. You can tell there's a lot of politics. You can tell there's a lot of like people sitting in positions and, maybe they're not bringing in fresh ideas. I don't know. We're going to get into that a little later. Okay. But, one thing I was able to notice pretty quickly is this theme of leather. Everybody had on leather of some sort. And I was like, it's hot. It's hot. And we got on leather. Okay, fine. Some things that was missing for me in this pre-show is like the fan excitement, I guess. Like you got certain people on stage, the fans ain't even singing along. So the pre-show was what it was. Let's get into the award show. Okay. Kevin Hart hosted. Like I said, he opened up with like a little bit. The bit is always going to tread on thin ice. It's always going to be a little like, oh, should he be saying that? He does some Diddy lines and, he talks about little things here and there. It was cute or whatever. We get into this 106 & Park bit. Okay. And that's probably one of the highlights. And this is probably where one of my complaints come in. Okay. I thought the show was starting off pretty slow. I was like, I don't know. Like what's going on? What's happening? When we got into the 106 & Park part, I was like, okay, it's a cute little setting. Okay, the nostalgia. Okay, 25 years. Okay, cool. Then seeing the different hosts, Free and Terrence J. I was like, where was Roxy? Where was AJ? Like, this is y'all moment. It's weird to me that they couldn't make it. That was weird to me. Like, this moment is all y'all. And when they went into this part, it was kind of like, there was some communication or some kind of graphics missing for me to understand, oh, this is like we're on the show and you're doing a video countdown. So every performance that comes out is a video. I'm gonna have to call her back. Is it still live? Yeah. Is a music video, so to speak. So I'm like, that was kind of missing for me. So I'm like, they bringing out all these people. Ashanti comes out, so I'm like, Ashanti's the opener of the whole show. Like, that's weird. But it wasn't curling over to me that the opener of the whole show is the 106 in Park bit. Okay, so you had Ashanti, you had Keisha Cole, you had Maya, you had B2K, and then you had Bow Wow, Mr. 106 in Park himself. So a lot of it was like, okay, like this is nostalgic and it's cool in that regard of what this is, but that didn't come to me until later, because at first I was like, why is Ashanti on my screen? Why is, like, I was like, these awards should be representative of current music, like infusing it all together, like certain moments from the last year to this year, like, you know, I mean, we can look back at certain hosts who opened the show in the past, like Monique doing the Crazy in Love. That's what was popular at that time. So Taraji P. Henson doing the Not Like Us with the red hoodie. Even Kevin Hart has done different stuff, or Tracy Ellis Ross and Anthony Anderson did bits or whatever with relevant things, you know, doing a show relevant to the culture that kind of like wrapped up the year from the year before to the new year. That's kind of just like the theme. So the 106 in Park was cute to me, but it just kind of was oddly placed. Like, it was a weird opener. Okay. I'm not going to take nothing away from all of the artists. I feel like they all did a great job. I loved seeing them, but it just was oddly placed to me for the beginning. Okay, let me see, because I don't necessarily want to go in order because the show was so long. When they said they had 3 ultimate icons that they wanted to present, I was like, 3? It just seems like, were y'all trying to like get everybody in one, or am I wrong? They don't usually do that many, right? They usually do like a lifetime achievement. So that's a person who's like had this long withstanding career, and they do like a video montage. They have somebody who's like been their mentor and seen them kind of come through, and they kind of present this award. They get to do this long speech, which was Jamie Foxx, I think. And then they have the achievement award, or the person that they're honoring. And that's when they do like the tribute, I think. And sometimes they do the performances for both. I don't know. But when you got Jamie Foxx, Mariah Carey, no, that's 4. Jamie Foxx, Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, and Kirk Franklin. I was like, who? We was gonna be, I don't think I was understanding until the show was going on. I'm like, we really gonna be here all night, because at some point the show was kind of dragging, and it wasn't until I saw Leon Thomas, which kind of fairly was like in the middle, where I was like, okay, we might be okay, because I was like, baby, this is given 2012, 2016 awards. Nobody's there under 30. Like, I'm confused. I'm like, where is Terrell? Where's Coco Jones? Where is Duran? Where is Kai Cenat? Where's Drewski? I mean, you know, they're probably over 30, but under 35, like that certain generation. So that became a concern of mine. But I want to say, and I'm trying to find like the full lineup, but I'm not seeing it. BET, their thing is like kind of highlights, or like their top 10 moments. So let me just see what I can see. I do want to mention all of the performances, right? So Leon Thomas performed, did great. I was like, okay, Mr. Nickelodeon himself, he got an award, like he's doing the things, he's making the moves. Okay, we love it. We love it. They presented some awards. They didn't present too many awards. They also didn't have too many bits. Doechii went up there. She was a standout because she got the Best Female Hip Hop Artist Award. And when she got up there to do her speech, she let you, hey, it's stuff going on outside. We in here celebrating, we having a good time, but things are going on outside that are very real. And I like that. I thought that was good that she made mention of that, because it's crazy in LA right now. If y'all ain't seen it, it's crazy in LA. And I'm flying out, and I'm like trying to stay away from LA because Jesus. But but with good reason. With good reason, to be honest, because somebody got to raise awareness. Okay, so yeah, Doechii won. Mariah Carey came out. She did her new song. It was cute. Mariah Carey's she's a legend, and I don't want the lambs to get too crazy, but I was like, okay, Mariah. I wanted Mariah to have a long mic stand, put her mic on there, maybe have some flowy things off of the mic, make the mic glitter, and let her just park and bark and move her hands and look cute like she be doing. But when she be trying to walk out and then other people take her jacket off, and then somebody's still holding her mic, and she's still singing, and she's smiling, and she doing her thing. It's just very like she could have just sat in a stool and sang. She could have just stood there and sang, like, but not too much on Mariah because that's a legend. That's a legend. That's a legend. That's a legend. Okay, I'm not seeing like a whole little rundown. Everybody has a whatever. So I guess I'm not gonna get to. I was gonna do like a whole like write all the notes, but I get really irritated with myself with that because I be trying to tweet and it just be too much. It just be too much. So instead, yeah, we're just gonna have to do the highlights because to be honest with you, it was so long. It was so long that it was like, what are we doing? Like there was so many things in it that I was like, I kind of forgot. Like I forgot about Lil Wayne coming out and performing. I forgot all about that. Like Lil Wayne, when's the last time he performed? So this is kind of a big deal. And I just feel like when it's so many big acts like that, it's like, are we taking away? Like Snoop Dogg and Kirk Franklin, they sat there the whole show waiting for their moment, which was at the very end, which is like around 10:30, 11 o'clock. They got there at 7 o'clock, or for them, 5 o'clock. Like it was a full day. So I don't have a lot of opinions about like the theme of the show and the treatment of the show. Like the show could have very well have been just the second half. Like what was all that in the beginning? Could the 106 & Park thing have just been like a video thing and like a mashup of everybody? And then if they put like number 10, number 9, number 8, like if they would have wrapped that up a little bit quicker, I probably would have appreciated it more. It would have felt more like, oh, going into a time warp, we going back in time to see, 106 & Park. Okay, so yes, Lil Wayne had his performance. Everybody loves Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne can do no wrong. He's a legend in his own right. But I'm also like, why is Lil Wayne on my stage? Like, why is he on the stage? Unless there's a tribute or some type of award he's receiving. I think he was on there because he has new music out. Okay, fine. He does a milli all the time. I'm like, he has so many other songs. I'm just confused why he did a milli. Like, I couldn't. Like, was he being honored? I'm confused. Fine. We know that Tyler Perry has essentially taken over BET, so all of his people be on there promoting their shows. Marcus Houston, I don't know if that's a Tyler Perry production, but Marcus Houston came out on stage, and I was just very confused. Like, okay, because B2K here, you here, or like what's happening here? What's happening here? But the cast of Sisters and like Kadeen, and now it's like divorced sisters, and he had to get on and say his inspirational speech of making your footprints, and like his son who calls him Papa, which is okay, but making your footprints and not being afraid to make your mark on the world and all. I love it. I love that. Tyler Perry can do no wrong to me, even though he's currently under fire, because it's like, why you keep making all these movies and these productions where with women in a bad light, Black women in a bad light. But I'm also like, tell the stories that just like, can we get some good stories? Like there's a lot between Madea going to the Bahamas and Taraji P. Henson again looking upset and stressed and like got a horrible man. And I mean, my Lord. So all that aside, he came out, he said the things. I always wonder like how they figure out who's going to introduce who's going to say what, like, why is Miss Teagues and Mr. Eddie announcing? I don't even remember who they announced. Best female pop vocalist. I don't remember, but you know, I always wonder about that. Like, how do they choose? So I'm trying to make sure I remember all the stuff in the beginning, because I feel like I was such a pessimist in the beginning where I was just like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? Like, why are we, why? Why? Like I said, to me, if you ask me, the second half of the show was a lot better. The second half of the show, to me, is right after Leon Thomas performed. Like I said, he did a great job. You got Glorilla perform, and she had Keisha Cole with her. If you've been watching me any amount of time, I'm not a huge Keisha Cole fan. So, you know, Keisha Cole, she kept it cute. She kept it safe. She was sitting on the piano. She did her new song. Glorilla did Let 'Em Cook, and she had the Prince inspired suit on. And she always looked like she having so much fun. She was real cute. And I like Glorilla because she tells a story. She gives you a moment. She gives you a visual to go with the song. Okay. It's none of this just twerking and parking and barking, and like, she's doing a performance. She's working the whole stage, and you can tell that she is developing her craft and improving in her craft. So she did Let 'Em Cook, and she did her new song Typa that has the Keisha Cole sample, and she did her thing. She did good, and they look cute. They did the things. Okay. I'm trying to think what was next, because I don't want to get too crazy, but I will go ahead and mention. So the Jamie Foxx tribute was, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention Amerie. So Amerie was in the 106 & Park part. And the reason why it's relevant to bring up is because she's currently going viral right now for her Tiny Desk, and it was a hot mess. Okay. And that people are all, you know, the conversation is, could she ever really sing? Of course not. She could not ever really sing, but she's a pretty woman, and the song is more about the go-go feel and all, like, it makes you feel good and all the things. She has her own unique sound, and that's that. But you know, everybody like, woo. So it seemed like she tried to redeem herself with this one just a little bit. So okay, I can go ahead and fast forward back. So Jamie Foxx tribute. Jamie Foxx, y'all know that he had the accident a year or two ago where he was like, he almost lost his life. And I don't know if he took some type of medicine or medication, or some type of accident happened. Or remember, he was like in a coma, and his family wasn't really saying much about his health. And it was looking very gray for him. And, you know, he came up out of that. People were trying to see, like, was he back to normal? Was he himself? And he came out with his stand-up. We actually haven't even watched it yet, but he came out with his stand-up where he's expressing all this gratitude and feels like he has like a second lease on life. And you know, for me, I think the Black community understands, and at least the Black people over at BET, they understand, like, giving people their flowers while they're alive. That's very much been a theme in the last 10 to 15 years, because you never know when somebody might pass, and people are dying younger and younger. So it's like, let's give our icons and legends their flowers now. So the whole Jamie tribute was imperative, because it's like, yeah, he just had a second lease on life, and he's one of our people. Like, he is a triple threat. He's a great actor. He's great with the music. He's a great comedian, like all the things. So the tribute was very moving, because you're watching him get so emotional with the tribute, and just seeing the people that's there, like Babyface is there. The one comedian who was on the piano, like, he's been in the game a long time. He also lost a little weight, right? So he's been in the game a long time, and, you know, he's kind of narrating, and then T-Pain comes out, and Ludacris was there, and Jennifer Hudson. Now, this is one time where I was like, Screamer did her big one. Okay. I was saying, like, okay, I don't know. This could have been a Fantasia. Now Fantasia, she would have did all the things up there. But I also was like, okay, you know, the thing between Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia, they are both on the Scream shelf. They are both there, but Jennifer Hudson is just a little bit more screamy, and Fantasia's a little bit more like spirited with the screamy. And she has like range to me as far as like volume when you turn it to the minimum or the maximum. Jennifer Hudson kind of just got one volume, right? So I was like, oh Lord, okay, but she carried. She carried. She came out, she sang the notes, she did the thing. And when she took it up to that higher note and she was still running at the top, that to me, I was like, a lot of people don't even know they can do that because they won't sing that loud to find out. Like, it's, you know, sometimes you be feeling like, I don't want to sing too loud. I don't want to scare nobody. So you don't even know what you can do. Okay, I'm just speaking for me. Okay. You don't even know what you can do. But when you realize you can hit the top of that register, and she was standing in the center stage and singing straight at Jamie, talking about, we love you. I said, girl, that's chef's kiss right there. That's chef's kiss. Because, you know, she don't use her voice too much no more, her singing voice too much no more, because she's a talk show host. And a lot of people, you know, the youth, they think that she's just a talk show host, but it's like, no, baby, she really sings down. All y'all got to do is catch that one Weight Watchers commercial and it's over. And make sure your TV turned down. Anyway, she did great. T-Pain was trying to show y'all I can sing without this auto-tune. And I just, you know, I understand like his whole campaign of like, y'all had me married to this auto-tune. I'm not trying to be that no more. But I was like, you're performing the old song. Just go and do it for the one time. Teddy Riley was doing it. I didn't understand. Like, is Teddy Riley one of Jamie Foxx's favorite people? Stevie Wonder came out and introduced him. He had all the jokes, all the blind jokes. Like, I was like, oh, okay. And Stevie Wonder looked good. I'm like, you know, the thing about all this is we really have to understand the legends we have and really nourish those legends and icons while they're here. So I really appreciate BET for that. I really, really do. When Jamie Foxx got up to do his acceptance speech, like I said, he was very emotional. He was mentioning how he got the second lease on life. Like it's a blessing to him. And I'm like, yeah, when you have a brush with death, it does give you that much more gratitude. What we would hope is that you don't need that, you know, but for anybody, like even anyone who's been involved with him or been around him would also feel, you know, I'm just watching him. I'm just like, man, that is amazing. Like he said, he was watching the memoriam and he was like, that could have been him. And I was like, that is so real. So to have his kids there and, you know, they were emotional. And I'm like, yeah, just not that long ago, this man was unresponsive. Like that is wild. And it's not a movie. It's not a bit. It's not a, like, that is his real life. And he has all the money in the world. He has all the fame in the world and he's a triple threat. He's a talented guy. Like, that's what I mean. Like God takes you through things and it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, how much you have, because if it's you, it's you. Okay. So that was a great lesson. That was, you know, it was great to see him be celebrated. Okay. Let me not get too far off. So the Jamie tribute was a big thing. I want to mention this now so I don't forget. Kendrick Lamar, he won an award later on. He was actually there. Y'all know a lot of times people ain't there. And he actually came on stage. He did his thank yous and everything. And, you know, we talk a lot about being at the BET Awards because ain't nobody going to celebrate us like we celebrate us. Now, we can get into a whole conversation, and I'm really trying to save it till later. But at the very least, this is the only Black award show other than the NAACP Awards. So be at this award show, no matter what it comes with, all the things, okay? So yeah, okay. I'm drawing a blank. I mean, there was a cipher with Kevin Hart. It wasn't that funny to me. Like, at this point, I was like, where are the people? Where are the people? Playboy, when Playboy Cardi performed, no, I didn't know a word. No, I don't know that man, but I know the kids know him. And I know like that's like, it seemed like the first half was like for a certain generation. In the second half, they start bringing us on down because that's when they start using Keke Palmer to present stuff. That I was like, okay. That's when Drewski and Kai Cenat was on stage. They had kind of made it to the crowd by then. I was like, okay, yeah, I see a shift is happening. My thing is, why even have the beginning of the show or figure out a way to get it all in there and not be so long and drawn out? And so clearly, it's almost like it was two different writers or creators. Like, I'm going to do the beginning, you do the second half. Okay. So I'm gonna move us ahead because I can't really remember anyone else, and I feel like that's probably an issue. Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor is important because if you guys have been following me any length of time, or even if you look on my page and look at anything, you will see Teyana Taylor has never got her just due. When she came out with her album, it had like 5 songs on it. Remember, Kanye West did her crazy. Her album released late. It was missing like a bunch of songs. Like, she has been a talented artist forever, creative director forever, dancer forever. Like, she was in Kanye West video, looked amazing. Like, she's been that girl, but never really got the support or the, power behind her as far as an artist. So I remember going to her concert where she's like, I'm retiring from music. Like, I'm done. I'm going to just go ahead and creatively direct, do all these other things. And it had me raising my eyebrows because I'm like, how can somebody that talented not have support behind her? Like, are people jealous of her? Does she got the wrong people in her camp? Well, fast forward, now she's back and she's coming out with an album, I think in August, and she's performing. So when they introduced her, they were like her first ever BET Awards performance. And I was like, that is not true. She literally had a tribute with, I think that was Victoria Monet last year. I was like, this is not her first time, but it is her first performance for her own music. And I was like, that is crazy. She's been famous for like 20 years. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. So she comes out, she performs, she looks great. She's performing a new song off her album. She's doing all the robot and the futuristic, all everything. And she had Taraji, because y'all know Tiana's been doing a lot of her acting. She got a movie coming out where she's like 6 to 9 months pregnant and holding a gun. She was just in the Tyler Perry movie, I believe. Yeah, she's in the Tyler Perry movie. I haven't watched it yet. Okay, no, I have not watched it yet because I heard it's very sad and very traumatic, and I just can't. I choose to have happy things in my life right now. Okay, she was in that. She was in something else, I think, with Brad Pitt. Like, she's been in a lot of different things, and so, like, I'm like, yeah, it's coming. And then she was, she's dating Mufasa right now. And I don't even know if they really dating as much as they're like allowing us to create the narrative because they look good together and they got stuff to promote. Okay, they're kissing all each other. She had a surprise for him, all the things. So anyway, she's been everywhere. And I've been like, okay, like, let's get it. Like, I'm a Teyana Taylor fan. Like, if we got to hop back on the train and do all the things, like, I'm with it. Let's just make sure y'all do my girl right. Because she does the things on the stage and in the studio and live and like all the things. Quit playing with her. So she did amazing. No, she didn't win no awards because it's not time yet, but she did amazing. She did the thing. Okay, so like I said, they had all these icons that they had these awards for. And I'm telling you, there was a lot of stuff in between that I just can't recall right now. But we can get into it in the comments. Make sure you're commenting your thoughts thus far. Comment anything that I've left out. Okay. I got one person watching. Comment, say, hey, what's up? What was your favorite part? What am I missing? Whatever. So Mariah Carey, Busta Rhymes comes out and he's looking better. He's kind of slimmed down a little bit in the things. And he comes out and he's introducing her. And even as he was talking, I was like, I mean, Busta Rhymes being there, he would only be introducing one person. But I'm telling y'all, as I'm watching, I'm really forgetting because I don't watch BET. I would not have seen any commercials. I didn't see any promo online. I'm not a big like TV cable watcher, but I have cable. So when things come on, I can turn it on. But I don't be watching that stuff. So I'm almost like, okay, like, what's coming next? I have no preview. I have no idea. Okay. So he's talking. I mean, and these people was long-winded AF. I was like, okay, get it out. Like, what is it? And he introduces Mariah Carey. She comes out, she does like an acceptance speech, says how it's her first ever BET award. And I'm like, the shade is really the writing on the wall. Like, I'm like, how are y'all lifting up people as icons and legends and they don't have a BET award ever? Is it because y'all give it to the same 5 people? Is it because y'all give it to the Drakes, the Chris Brown, and maybe not even Chris Brown, because we know y'all just got back cool with Chris Brown, really? Like, how does Mariah Carey not have a BET award and she's been in the game all this time? Is it because y'all never really consider her black? Like, what is it? Emancipation of Mimi alone, Shake It Off. It's like that. We Belong Together. Like, and even before that, Honey, Lover Boy. Like, at least All I Want for Christmas. Like, I'm confused how she just never has gotten no award. Like, okay. So she comes out, looks beautiful, looks youthful, looks fresh, looks rich. Okay. It says her acceptance speech, but yeah, and then I'm sitting there thinking, like, we talking, me and Bae talking, like, who's gonna perform for her? Like, ain't nobody finna sing no tribute from Mariah Carey. But I'm also like, you got Mariah Carey that you're honoring and you don't do a musical tribute? Did y'all give them a choice to be like, okay, either you just give your speech and no tribute, or do you want a tribute? Do you want us to get artists? Like, do they give them a choice? Because I'm like, if Patti LaBelle was sitting there, y'all having a whole tribute. When it's Beyonce's turn, y'all gonna have people up there doing it. Like, I'm like, I'm confused. What's the logic? So that was weird to me. Okay. I'm gonna move us forward to the next tribute person. Okay. The next tribute person was Snoop Dogg. Now, Snoop Dogg, he's been a legend in his own right. He's been a staple in the Black community all this time. It's been crazy to see his come up, his journey, his career, all the things. We even had him. He even made like a little political move where he was like, y'all doing a lot of tap dancing, and we're not supposed to be for this man, and he's not for the cause. He's not for the community. Fast forward to now, with this recent campaign, we kind of lost him. So I did not think that we was cool with that man. So I'm just like kind of confused. Like, who is doing the recruiting, the writing, the deciding? Like, when is this decided? What is the vision? If the vision is to give flowers to people who've been long standing, just to say that you've done it, because at this point, yes, people are passing away. Fine, I get it. But is there now a conversation to say, like, hey, you got the Black community looking like this, or you said these things and they affected us, they hurt us because you're one of our people. You need to now make a moment where you say something. And this is Snoop Dogg, so he ain't got to say or do nothing. So then is this honorary moment contingent on that, or does he fight to be like, y'all not gonna take my whole career away from this one moment? Like, but also Snoop Dogg feels like I was just getting a check, but I'm like, you're the very same. It's just a lot there. So I'm like, I was kind of bobbing my head, like, okay, like, I guess this is cool. I guess this is okay, but it's really not. But I guess this is okay. So for his tribute, he did come out and he did his. I forgot Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh came out also for Jamie Foxx. But yeah, he came out and he did his own. And I just, I'm from California, an hour north of LA, and it's always weird to me to see people like dancers in the gang colors, in the blue and the red, up there dancing and like, no, it's really gangs. It's really gangs who shoot and do the things out here. It's really that. So y'all up here in a costume like that, that's always weird to me. I understand what it's doing, but it was always weird to me. So, it was cool to see him and Dr. Dre, and like, the respect is there for people who have been in the game 15, 20 plus years doing this thing, and like have been able to pivot in their careers to different things, like him and Martha Stewart, and just like different things, like him being over the Olympics and all this stuff. Like, that's cool to know that you were like once this troubled kid in and out of jail, like in a gang or whatever, and then you start rapping. Like, that's cool as far as like the image and the overall message of the come up as far as how to sustain a career. But it's still just a little part of me that's like, Okay. You know, he had his wife there and, you know, boss lady, how she's been there. And I'm like, that lady has probably been through so much, so much. And, you know, he had his kids there. He never introduced or said nothing about the guy who was standing there that looked like him. But I thought I heard somebody say that he was supposed to be starring. I think they said on the red carpet, he was supposed to be starring in the movie, in the biopic of Snoop Dogg that's coming out. So I thought a commercial was going to come on after his tribute. But when I tell y'all this show was so long, I really think that they just started doing stuff at one moment. Like when T.I. came out to introduce Kirk Franklin, I was like, what is happening? Like, what is really happening? Like T.I. introducing Kirk Franklin and then him turning into his like stand up. Like, I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Like, to me, and before I get to Kirk Franklin, because Kirk Franklin, he's like one of the best parts of the show. And I'm gonna tell y'all my favorite parts at the end. But we can go ahead and talk about this now. Okay. Like I said, my vision for the BET Awards is it is a recap of the past year of like all the favorite music. What is the viewer's choice of the video from 2024 to 2025? What is the top hip hop, the top R&B, the top, you know, rap? What is the most influential moment? What's popping in pop culture right now? What are the things being said? What are the things with politics? What are the things like they didn't even have too much on. Usually they have like the donors on stage and they clap it up for them or something that they're doing. They had the HBC YOU thing with Lance Gross, but they didn't even have too much of like the the word just left my mind. The like fundraiser type, the service type projects, those things. I saw that, and I've been calling him Miel all this time. Miel was in there a lot, a big sponsor, but Miel had all this scandal about making our hair fall out. So I was like, okay, is it safe to use now? Like, are we good? Like, did I miss something? The show very much felt long and dragged on. Kevin Hart was not around for like the end, and maybe that was intentional, right? He didn't come around much towards the end. You know, it's live, so there's a lot of stumbling through the things. I'm like, where is the, you know, where's the youth? That's what I kept saying. Where is the youth? Where are the people that's the now, like moving the show? You know, because if we're honest, like Kevin Hart is not of that generation. Like, yeah, he's creating a lot of lanes and he's doing a lot of things. So it makes sense for him to be there. It makes sense for him to have Drewski and Kai Cenat on the stage. But they should have been on stage like in the beginning, to me, because they are viral. They are the ones that kids are watching. They are the ones. You know, it just kind of I don't know. Like some things were like, this feels very targeted at a certain age group. And it's very clear that BET is not for youth no more. It's not for youth and young adults. It's not like we're not watching music videos when we come home from school. We not like, it's very much switching to being for the age 35 and up. 35 and up, like sisters, divorced sisters, like ain't no kids watching that. Like Martin reruns and Wayans Brothers and Baby Boy being on 9 times a doggone week. Like all that stuff is for people of a certain age group. So maybe they've just finally accepted and been like, yeah, like we actually are going to only target this demographic and we're just fine with that. And maybe they just kind of gave up. I don't know. Because even when Kevin Hart had Drewski and Kai Cenat on, he was like, y'all too loud. He was very like ageist. He was very like dad to his loud kids. Like, y'all need to be professional. Y'all doing too much. And it's like, even the diabetic joke was weird. Like, I don't like stuff like that. So, you know, it wasn't progressive. It just was like, and you know, like, Kirk Franklin looked like his patience was wearing thin. I'm just like, you really had to sit there the whole night. The whole night. And you could tell like they kind of moved people, like the tribute people in those front seats when the time came. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Kirk Franklin. So like I said, Kirk Franklin has sat there patiently and he has sat through y'all foolishness the whole night. him and his wife. And his wife, she was cute, honey. She did not care what you church people had to say about her outfit. It was cut low and it was cut high, and she did not care. Okay, and I'm glad because she looked good. So yeah, they did like a little video flashback of him with the part and the hair. You know, if you grew up in the church, you know all about Kirk Franklin. You know all of the things, and y'all know how they treated him, saying that he was a secular artist and that his music couldn't save us and all the things that he don't really sing. So, you know, Kirk Franklin is always going to be humble. He's always going to have a message. He's always going to be intentional. He always deep, and he always going to bring the energy. And to me, his performance was the best because DC Young Fly had been out there a couple times, but having him a part of your show, you know, having very like young, youthful, vibrant, you know, people dancing, singing, high energy, smiles, like the he started off slow with the silver and gold, and he like moved us, took us on a range and a journey of the things, and I just couldn't do nothing but smile and be proud because I was just like, yes, Kirk Franklin, like this is what's been missing. Like Glorilla had a great performance, Kirk Franklin had a great performance, Tiana had a great performance, Jamie tribute was great, Snoop Dogg was cool. It was cool. It was cool. But other than that, I'm like the 106 and Park bit. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all could have kept it. To me, it could have been 5 minutes. It could have been a quick, like, y'all all come out within the one thing. Number 10. Okay, you out 1 minute. Okay, number 9. Like, it could have been that, but it was so focused on like the little inclusive mixed looking crowd sitting there on the stage, and like it just was weird to me. It was weird. If you ask me my favorite moment was Kirk Franklin, because even when Glorilla came up to get her award, which is her first and only BET award, which was for a gospel song, she was real funny. You know, she don't be trying to be funny, but her accent is very funny, and she's real cute and giggly. And then how he's standing behind her, just proud, like that was cute. I like Leon because that song is hot right now. Oh, I forgot about the guy from Sinners, Lucky Day, and Luke James. They did really good. I had went outside to take the dogs out, but you know, to me, an R&B moment, that's who y'all need to have on stage. That's who need to be there. Not all these other people. But let me keep on with my favorite. Okay. They were cute. My top, like I said, Kirk Franklin. Maybe the next one after that would be the Jamie Foxx tribute and Tiana. But yeah, I don't know. I keep scrolling here. Like, it just seemed really long. Really long. And I kept feeling like it's gonna get better. That's the thing. It always like it starts out cool. Usually it starts out with a bang. But this time it started out cool, kind of easing into some things, and it slowly started to lose its momentum. Then it started picking up, but you could very clearly see like the generational divide. And then it was like, oh, okay, I don't want to miss what's coming because I feel like the good things are coming. But once it hit about 10:30 and Kirk Franklin still hadn't been on the stage, I was like, baby, we've been here a long time. This is a long show. So I want to know your thoughts. I want to know who your favorite performances were. I want to know, you know, what some of your favorite moments were. Who were your favorite looks? I did not like Glorilla's red carpet look with this little skunk little, you know, I thought she looked better when she did her performance. And then after the fact, I thought Kiki looked good. You know, I don't really be a huge fan of the Bob, but Kiki is Kiki. I was confused why she was so late in the show. It was very strange to me. Shabuzi was there and did not win one award, but he was there. He didn't win one televised award. I don't know about the other awards. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt very long. Felt very long. So if I had to rate from 1 to 10, I would rate it about a 7. I feel like a lot of great things were there, but a lot of fat could have been trimmed. Okay. I want to know your thoughts. I'm Kemray. Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hey.